in this video, I'm going to be talking about if you actually want to make a change or not, okay? Because believe it or not, this and what I'm going to talk about today is what a lot of coaches won't tell you. They won't talk to you about this. The reason being is because they would rather shove the idea that their fancy systems are going to help you get into shape and going to help you get your dream body without having to sacrifice your favorite foods, without having to stay in at the weekends. They want to make it seem as easy as possible for you. And I'm going to call that out. I'm going to tell you right now that that's bullshit. And I'm going to tell you what it actually is going to take in order for you to make a change, right? Despite what all of these coaches say, because it suits their agenda, doesn't it? To tell you how easy it is going to be to make a change, to get into shape, lose body fat, build muscle, because then they get more clients, don't they? But I'm here to tell you that it's the opposite. I'm here to almost challenge your beliefs and maybe make you think, like, are you actually ready to make a change right now, or are you not? Okay? Because it's hard. And if you want to make a change, there is a lot of sacrifice that you have to make, right? And I'm not talking about having a program that kind of fits around your life, having a program that if you want to go out every couple of months, you're having a night out, every couple of months, you have a meal out, whether it's a birthday, whether it's a date night, or whether you have work events that you need to kind of navigate around, or work meals and dinners and client things, right? I'm not talking about that, because there is strategies in place that we can use to help you with them things. But what I'm talking about is if you feel like that you can go out every single week, that you can get drunk every week, maybe take drugs, going out and eating at your favorite restaurants because you're a foodie 2 or 3 times a week, ordering in Deliveroo every other week. You know, if you think that you can still do them things and make a change to your body, then it's going to be super, super difficult. And a lot of you are not going to succeed. So that brings me to my question of, like, do you actually want to change? And that's what I mean by that. And what I'm talking about here is that you need to ask yourself that if you want to change, something's got to change, right? If something needs to change, something is going to change. Does that make sense? So for you to change, something has to change. It makes sense. If you're doing the same things over and over again and expecting something to change, then it's not. So if you're going out twice a week or 3 times a month, if you're eating in, ordering food in twice a week, if you're going out to restaurants every single week and you're not making a change, then that's probably the lever that needs to change in order for you to actually start making a change and making progress and getting a better body, right? Now, the question here is, it's not a question of how do I make this work? It's a question of what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to restrict in order to make this change, in order to make progress with your body? Because I tell you what, right now, I've worked with people in the past, they're not willing to give up the date night. They're not willing to give up eating out at restaurants 2 or 3 times a week. They're not willing to cut back on the alcohol and cut back on going out at the weekends, right? And these people, they don't change. They don't make change, right? They won't have a serious change to their body at the end of it. They might make some improvements, some progress, but if you want to seriously turn things around, you need to be all in on that process. You need to commit, right? And the reason that I'm telling you this is because some people are just not ready for that right now. And that is perfectly okay. The way I like to look at it is this. It's if the pain of staying the same, staying where you are right now in your body, is greater than the pain that it takes to change, that's when you're going to make a change, okay? So if the pain of you being out of shape and the pain of you really wanting to feel more confident in your body and like what you see in the mirror, if that pain is greater than the pain that it's going to actually take to get to the gym and train when you don't want to, in order to eat the foods when you've got high cravings, go to bed on an empty stomach, on a hungry stomach, and really commit to staying consistent for a long period of time, if the pain of where you are right now is greater than that, that is when you'll make a change, right? That's when you'll go and reach out to a coach. That is when you will start committing yourself to the gym and start doing the work and start doing the things that are required to change, right? But then on the other hand, if you're not willing to do that, like if the pain of staying where you are right now is not as bad as where it is, what it takes to change, like you enjoy your weekends out, you enjoy eating out at your favorite restaurants, you enjoy the night out with the lads on every single Saturday, then you're probably not ready to change yet. You probably don't see it as high of a priority as you should, right? And if that's you, in that case, I would think twice about getting a coach, right? Because it's probably not going to serve you. And I would also think twice about trying to start. I would think more so about when is the right time going to be for you? How much of a priority are you going to put this? If you're not going to put it as much of a priority, it's not me yet, then when you commit to a change or when you try and make a change, you're not going to make a change. I'm not saying give up. I'm not saying quit. I'm just saying, are you actually ready to change yet? And that's the whole point of this video. So I hope that this has maybe given you that little bit of clarity on if you are actually kind of ready to take on the challenge of getting into shape, changing your body. And if you've kind of seen this and you've thought, yeah, you know what, that's me, I'm ready for this. Or you can always drop me a message if you want me to help you with the process, right? If you've seen this and you're like, you know what, I'm not quite ready. I don't think I want to give up this yet. I don't think I want to give up that. Then realize that, okay, it's probably not your highest priority right now. Maybe it should be, but who am I to say? It's your life. You can make your own decisions, but it just sounds like it might not be an actual priority for you right now. And in that case, if you're thinking about hiring a coach, probably don't. Not just yet. Okay. You need that why to be high enough. You need that importance on the change that you're making. Yeah. So anyways, I will see you later. I post videos like this every single week. If you like the video, stay tuned, subscribe, and there'll be another one next week for you to watch if you want. In a bit.